Well, this is episode 23 of my reviews, and knocking worlds up one at a time. In this episode, swap up the poop deck, raise the sails, and make sure you stow away the rum. At least for Captain Jack Sparrow, anyway. Because we're going to Port Royal. As the name of the world itself implies, and considering the fact it's a Disney movie, you're going to be taking a dive into the world of the Pirates of the Caribbean, meaning that you'll eventually meet up with Elizabeth Swann, William Turner, Captain Jack Sparrow, and Captain Barbossa at some point. When you first arrive in Port Royal, you're gonna hear some screams off in the distance, and as you explore further into Port Royal, you're going to find Pete talking with Captain Barbossa and a few of his undead pirates. Now when the battle first starts off with Soar against the undead pirates, it's going to seem as if they're virtually invincible, but soon become visible at the sight of the full moon, which is going to be your key in defeating the undead pirates in this world, is getting them into the moonlight. As long as they're under a form of shade, you will not be able to touch them. But get them out into the open, it is fair game. So after Sora defeats the first wave of undead pirates, you'll come across Will Turner, who is cornered by Heartless. And of course, Sora lends his expertise into helping Will deal with the Heartless. Now, shortly after the intros of officially of Will and Captain Jack Sparrow, Sora, Donald, Goofy, Jack, and Will set off to the Isle de Muerta, a place that cannot be found except for those who already know where it is. Now, on the way, they do encounter some more Heartless, which you'll defeat them no problem. When you get to the Isle of Muerta, I'm not sure exactly the actual gameplay itself, but you will end up going into the rock phase of the Isle of Muerta, where you will battle a gang of Heartless before Barbossa shows his face and insequently kills Jack. But that doesn't necessarily happen. Though Jack Sparrow does get stabbed, wait, Captain Jack Sparrow gets stabbed. Jack Captain Sparrow comes to believe that he has the curse as well. This is when Barbossa calls forth Pete to even the odds with a Heartless. Needless to say, that doesn't happen. Sora steals Port Royal. Captain Sparrow has the Black Pearl. And Will has Elizabeth Swann. A happy ending. Remember when I mentioned something in my earlier episode of my reviews where I stated that Sora would take a lion form? This is the world that doesn't. Sora makes his appearance in the Pride Lands as a lion. Donald will of course be a duck. And Goofy will take the form of a turtle. Now, when you get to the Pride Lands, you're going to land in the Gorge. And you're going to be fighting your way towards Pride Rock itself, where you're going to meet up with and meet Nala, who in turn mentions that she's trying to gather the lionesses up to overthrow Scar, their king. She mentions if only Simba was alive, which prompts Sora to tell Nala that Sora is alive, and not only that, he fought alongside Sora a year ago. So now, as Pete and Scar corner Sora and the gang along with the assistance of the hyenas, now it gives them an opening to escape, and with the help of Rafiki, the gang actually travels to the Oasis where they find Simba. Now, during your trip from Pride Rock to the Oasis, Sora will learn the dash ability while in his lion cub form, which will make your quest to the Oasis a little bit much easier, not to mention your future battles while exploring in Pride Lands. Now, of course, it takes a while, but with the help of Nala, Sora and the gang convinces Simba to return to the Pride Lands and take his rightful place as king. Here is where the truth comes out, as in the actual Lion King movie itself, Scar confesses that it was he that killed Simba's father, Mufasa. A battle ensues between Scar and Simba for control of Pride Rock. Simba defeats Scar. However, Scar, now getting assistance from Pete, comes back with a little bit more power. And as far as your battle with Scar goes, my personal opinion with this battle is to have Simba, Sora, and Donald in your party. The reason why I say Sora, Simba, and Donald is because you're going to use Simba's Wildcat limit break as often as possible, meaning that you'll want to fill Donald's item slot with ethers. Of course, once Scar is finally defeated, Simba takes his rightful place on top of the peak of Pride Rock and proclaims, and as the lionesses proclaim him as the new king. Upon leaving Pride Rock this time around, well, actually, this will be your first trip in Pride Rock. But upon leaving Pride Rock, you will acquire the Circle of Life Keyblade. No, it's actually beforehand that you acquire the Circle of Life Keyblade. But you'll end up acquiring that Keyblade at some point while at Pride Rock before you leave. The next episode of my reviews will talk about Halloween Town. Yes, Sora actually gets to go back to Halloween Town. On that same fact, you also get to travel to Christmas Town as well. Also, in the next episode, we get to go back to the streets of Agrabah. See you.